Hey guys, how are you? We are going back into the 13,500 piece puzzle from Trefl, and I feel like now I'm even more excited to do it because we booked a trip to Disneyland and I want to finish this puzzle before we go. I originally thought I had no Disney puzzles in my collection, like that can't be right, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I do have a Disney puzzle in my collection. It's just a ginormous one. So we are going to be finishing this one off before Thanksgiving. So we have a lot of work to do. I am excited for this. We'll see what comes of it. I do have them all in their little pieces of paper. I got this little puzzle box a while back. So we're using this to decide which section I'm doing today. I am kind of hoping for, there's really not a bad section. I would love to do the Alice in Wonderland, maybe the Dumbo, but there's a little bit bigger section of the blue. We'll just see what comes of it, but I am going to close my eyes and we're just gonna pick this one, which is section number or letter D. What's D? Dumbo. Is it Dumbo? Before we get into the video though, I want to welcome you if you are new to my channel. I try to post a couple times a week, and I also want to thank today's video sponsor, which is All4Jig. You guys know I've been loving their puzzle accessories. Today we will be using their new rotating puzzle board. It's something that I have been playing with, but I haven't done it with a 1500 piece puzzle yet. This is the rotating plastic 1500 piece puzzle board from All4Jig. I've been trying it out for a couple weeks and they kindly sent this over for me to review for you guys. So I have a lot of thoughts. I've been using it a little bit. You guys will see my first impression in a recent video, but today I want to give you more of an insight. I want to answer some questions you guys have had, and we're just gonna go over some of the features. So this retails for around $55, $60. I've seen coupons for it too, and it is plastic. It is heavy duty, but still lightweight. Like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna break or anything. I love how smooth the Lazy Susan is. I do like having Lazy Susan options. You can rotate your puzzle if that is something you need. Maybe you're doing some puzzling with someone else and you just like rotate it. When I rotate it though, I always love to keep like my snacks and such on like one of the boards that's already out. So that way it rotates with your puzzle board, but I love that feature. I think my favorite features right now is the color for one. It is a really nice pale gray, which makes it so much easier for me when I'm taking pictures or doing things for like Instagram or photography. I love that it's gray. It's not green. It's not some weird thing. It's easy to wipe off from puzzle dust, and I love the texture of this. I also love the sorting trays. There are 6 sorting trays. They're relatively big. I brought my normal sorting trays out here so you guys can see the comparison. So these ones are from the brand Marioler, and you can see they're the same height, but the ones from All4Jig holds way more pieces. Also quite deep, probably like 4 layers of pieces deep, so it can hold quite a bit. And again, there are 6 of them within the drawer. They are easy to come in and out, and it kind of like pops in, so it feels like there's like a little bit of secured like click, and so that way it's not moving when you're moving your puzzle board, which I've had issues with other boards before doing that. So I love how they can stay in place. You can rotate it, you can use the trays as you want, and actually I've been using the trays when I'm not using the board. For me, it makes it a little tricky to use the board when filming because I haven't quite found a way to like clip you on here to do the overhead stuff, which makes it kind of tricky, but I do love puzzling on it for casual puzzling, and I think that's what the majority of you are doing. So I love the rotating feature, love the color, love the board. So it's something we're going to be trying today. Is actually an idea from one of you guys. So I know most of my boards, I think all of them come with this type of protective cover. You can use it to cover your board from cats or pets or children, or just for dust. You can keep your puzzles nice and clean. But I'm going to do a little tip you guys had suggested and puzzle on top of it. Now the reason I want to do this is because I know after I do this puzzle, I need to flip it over and I need to move it for the other segments of this big giant puzzle. So I'm going to puzzle on here so that way I can actually just like lift it off afterwards and flip it over if I need to. Is it the most secure thing to do it on? No, but I think it'll be just fine for what I need to just like, pick it up and move it or flip it or whatever I need to do with it, which is great because since I'm puzzling in here where there's a lip, I won't be able to really like pick it up unless it survives a pickup challenge. And if it doesn't, well, that would really stink to do 1,500 pieces to have to redo. But I'm excited to show this to you. I'll link it down below. I do make a small commission if you use those links, but I have been loving and using All4Jig products for years. I have plenty of videos about them before I had a sponsorship. But if you are in need of a puzzle board, or with the holidays coming up, you want to add something to your wish list, thank you All4Jig for sponsoring my channel. Again, I'll link them down below. I do make a small commission if you use those links, so thank you so much ahead of time, because I can just use those funds to purchase more puzzles for content for you. So we are going to get into this and get to puzzling. All right, we are going into bag D, which is Dumbo, and this one should be a fun one. There are 4 posters, and then there's a little like Dumbo logo. I'm sure that would be easy to find. And I feel like every Dumbo has slightly different colors. We have more of a purplish Dumbo, a light gray, a more bluish tone, and then like a deep charcoal Dumbo. So I feel like even him, he is a little bit different in each poster. I think the hardest part for me may be the purple bits, because this segment here is quite large. Like, it doesn't look that much, but when you blow it up to 1,500 pieces, that's probably like 300 pieces worth of purple. So we'll see how that goes. I think what helped me last time was that I did a really thorough sort at the beginning, and I think I'm gonna have to do that this time too. So I think what I'm going to do is dump all the pieces here, sort into the trays, and that's my current strategy. I don't know if I'll actually get to puzzling tonight, because I do know sorting 1,500 pieces for me, it takes me a while. It's not my favorite thing, to be honest. But we're going to take out all these drawers. I don't know if I'll need all 6. Because they have like the 4 posters and then the purple. So I'm thinking just 4 drawers. But if we need the other 2, we can use them. Actually, I might do 5. Because that way I can have one just for the edges. I think it's my plan. I feel like going into these pieces, even though the Dumbos are different colors, I'm not quite sure how it's coming up on the pieces or which one's which. I think this one is the big bluish Dumbo. This one is the red and pink sign with the purplish Dumbo. So I have a feeling this is going to be very meticulous in making sure I get all of the pieces. And then we have like all the purpley bits, which also includes like this gold frame, which is, oh, part of that Dumbo. Okay. It is the next day. I did some sorting last night, and then I just finished the rest of the sorting. So we're gonna get started with the actual puzzling. Let me show you my thought process with the sorting. All right, here is everything all together, more than my normal. So we have edge pieces, purple. This is the one little Dumbo sign that I saw right away. The yellow sign, and this one had more, I think, the tan Dumbo. Over here we have the nice soft one with like the charcoaly Dumbo. This is the frame for that one. We then have the bluish Dumbo with all the dark blue pieces, and then this is the red and pink Dumbo, which had more of like this purpley elephant. So that is the sorting situation. I think the first one that I will go to, I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but also think the red one might be fun. Not quite sure, but yeah, those are all of the things. And as you can see, you can just like wipe off the dust, which is nice. I'm gonna get to puzzling in just a minute, but I wanted to open up this while I was on camera with you. I was hoping to have it before I started this video, but I didn't. So we're gonna have a first impression of it. It is the new box top holder from All4Jig, and I'm excited to see what it looks like. I hadn't seen a review or anything of it yet, so I'm excited. They didn't even send me a picture. Like, I really had no idea what they were sending me. So we're gonna open this up and try it out today as like a little first impressions. It is in this box. It has some foam, and ooh, it's nice and chonky. It feels like a 3D plasticky type of texture. It has the spot for the box top, which doesn't quite work for this puzzle. And that's the kind of box top holder I have currently, is one that like sits in this style of thing. But this one has a spot for a poster, which is very handy. Have the poster, let's see how it works. It's kind of thick because it's like multiple layers. But, ooh, actually, that is perfect. Because I feel like one thing that you have issues with, at least I have issues with a board like this, is you don't really have a spot to put the box. I like using a box top holder. It does take up a lot less space than like having the box inside the box, if you know what I'm talking about. But what's cool is you can have this like sitting on one of the open, ooh, actually, hold on, I have an idea. Okay, sorry for being with the light and everything, but since I have this spare tray on the opposite side, I can actually have it not on the table and instead pop open this tray and use it that way. That's kind of fun. I would have to move it if I was moving the table, but this is pretty fun to like have it there propped up. I'm excited for this. Now that I'm puzzling, it's going pretty quickly. I've only been puzzling for 30 minutes and already 2 of the posters are done. So very quick. Clearly these are the easier things to do, but I feel like the posters themselves will only take me a couple hours. So feeling pretty good. Sorting wise, there's been some mishaps where certain yellows were in the wrong little section, which is fine. You know, I'm expecting that. Same with some of the gray pieces were kind of mixed together, but we got through it. Just still missing a couple pieces, which are sorted in other things, but I'll show you where I'm at. We have a yellow Dumbo done besides a little bit. And then this is the other Dumbo. Sorry for the glare, but this is what it's looking like. Time for my mugshot. I just had to. It is the next day, by the way. Hello. Also, do you want to see the full mug? I probably do have a mug that would match every section, so I think I need to utilize them for this puzzle. We are gonna finish it today. I didn't go much further than what I did when I left you last night, but my goal is to finish it today because I need to get this video out. So let's get to it. right, we have made really good progress. I have the posters mostly done. We are now moving into the blue pieces. So, you know, so all the little Dumbo, oh, I'll just show it to you. Here we go. Don't know where this yellow piece is, so that's a little concerning. Hopefully it's just like in another tray, but don't have that. But yeah, making a lot of progress. We'll probably move into the blue sections next, which is the rest of this poster. We have another little poster over here, just like a smidgen, and then that corner. So we're going into the tough parts now. It should be fine, right? I am determined to finish this puzzle tonight. I did take a break for dinner and such, and I'm getting there. I have sorted the pieces by piece shape and made some progress, but it's slow going right now. I feel like the puzzle is just loose enough that sometimes you try all the pieces and nothing works, and then you try them again, and one of them, because the piece shifted just a smidge, is the right one. So that's one thing that's a little frustrating, but I'm still having a good time. So we have just one and a smidgen left of pieces left for that. And then if you look underneath, don't drop them. It is getting there. It is cute. And so is the Loki. Hi, Loki. Alrighty, I finished this segment and it's so cute. And let me show you what it looks like. So as you can see, we still have a lot of pieces left in this tray, but I realized I didn't need to do the whole border. I just needed to do this border because everything else is going to be connecting to the other sections. I mean, if you wanted to do the whole border, you could, but I am working smarter, not harder. So this is what it looks like. It is super cute. I'll show you in daylight too, because right now you are just getting Glare City, but it's a fun one. I think out of all the sections, my favorite would probably be, I did like the pink and red one, not gonna lie. I'm happy that it didn't really take me too long once I got all the sorting done, and also realizing that I didn't have to do all the edge pieces, which is kind of the nice bit of these interior sections. So I am happy with my progress. It actually is really helpful that I puzzled on top of the cover, because now I can just lift it up and slide it across onto a piece of foam board, or just out of the way, or flip it over if I decide to use glue sheets. Not quite sure about that yet, because I'm not sure if I would want to keep it together forever. I might break it up. Still deciding on that. But thank you so much for watching this portion of the video. If you missed the first section, I'll link it down below. I also will link all 4 jig if you're interested in this puzzle board. It was a great time puzzling with this today. I used the rotating feature way more than I thought I would, but with some of the, especially the border pieces where you don't know which side of it it's on, it's nice to just be able to like swing it around, try to find those pieces, and I actually did really like the rotating feature. I also really liked the trays and just having them out of the way while I'm puzzling, because typically I use my other sorting trays, and being able to like tuck them in to the board, keep them like secure away from the cats, was really nice. So I do really like this board. I will continue using it and giving you more of a thorough review as I do, but I like it so far. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you are doing well. Subscribe if you are new here, and I'll see you guys all next time.